So here we are again. You know what time it is. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that means we're going to get a shot of adrenaline about something good. And let me tell you something. This guy is doing something good. His name is Howie Kra. I was fortunate enough to meet him a couple of years ago. He got introduced through a mutual friend. Our energies connected. And now, wouldn't you know, fate has put us together. We're working together. I'm not going to steal any of his thunder. I'm going to sit back, put my hands over my mouth.
You know how to do that? You can do that.
I'm not going to be able to keep it shut. Howie Kra, it's your chance to tell us something good.
Steve, thanks so much. And I am just so blessed that our paths collided and that we've developed the bond and the friendship that's really gone on. And just really, thanks for having me. So tell me something good. Every day I start with great routines. Every day, before I put my feet on the ground, the first thing I do is I remind myself what I'm grateful for. And something that I've done during this pandemic, which has served me so well, I stopped bringing electronics in my bedroom. Wow. That's good. So
nice. That's really good.
Not next to my bed or in my bed anymore. Dr. Tamsin Astor, one of these people that I got really close with, who's been on my podcast, she told me the bedroom is for sleep and sex, not for electronics and not for TV, especially the news. So that's a great habit.
Let's call it what it is. There's some people who are sleeping through sex. So, right?
Oh, yeah, that's another problem, but that's a different conversation. So basically, before I put my feet on the ground, I go ahead and I remind myself what I'm grateful for. There's no sense in wasting time with a comparison game. There's no sense in focusing on what's not working or what you don't have or all the ills that affect the world. Be grateful for what you have. And I happen to be right here, right now, coming to you from the East End of Long Island, better known as the Hamptons, because I was out here for Father's Day. Just so grateful to be with family. It's the best. And I know you have a thing going with Mark every day, and he's amazing. So the last few days, Steve, I've been doing something really good. I've been going hiking with my son on the trails here, listening to the huddle.
Oh, I love it.
Get better. Him and I are listening to you and Mark, and we're together. So that's something good. So then after I do my, go to the bathroom, I started something new. I read now before I look at the phone because it's early. We're up early. I read for 15 to 30 minutes. What a great way to start the day. Then I look at my technology. I do a workout at home, and then I go out for a run and a walk, where then I do my 7 a.m. Howie Doing It Live Monday to Friday. My show, like yours, is filled with positivity, nuggets about career, money, finances, health. Ooh, that's a big one. And then relationships. And we just keep talking about it. And so many of the things that we talk about are similar. So then I am out there at 7 o'clock. I do my show. Then I continue with a walk and a run, and I get home around 8:30. That means I've been up for 3 or 3.5 hours. Early is good, but you taught me earlier is better. Triumph is good, but trying and give the oomph is even better.
So I totally wish that you would come out of your show. I know you're a really shy guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn from you to be a little outgoing.
So one of the things that attracted me to you when we met was, you had a very, very successful career prior to what you're doing now. And I want to get to that because we are working together, and I'm so grateful for that. But one of the things I admired was the way you dealt with the hand that you were dealt with, like, hey man, I was on Wall Street. This didn't go my way, but you didn't cry about it. You didn't bitch about it. Your conversation with me was about what you're doing to change, what you're doing that's better. Your show Howie Doing It, your whole persona, everything about you is a byproduct of some of the adversity that you've gone through. So I want you to speak to that because, it's so easy. People think it's easy to wake up every day and just be, so grateful, but it's not, man. You got to really train yourself to do it.
So thank you for recognizing that, Steve. And Howie Doing It was really born to become a public speaker to talk about resilience. And so at 13 years old, I got a major dose of learning resilience. I got run over by a bus in Brooklyn, New York. I'll say it again. It didn't hit me. It didn't stop. It ran me over. It went over my leg. And somehow, miraculously, when I tell you the name of the hospital, you'll laugh. Coney Island Hospital. I mean, they were known for like French fries and hot dogs, not saving a 13-year-old's leg. And, I tell the story. I was tracking to be a shortstop with the New York Yankees, all 5 feet of me. I now grew to be 5'9". So, things change. But at 13 years old, I got run over by a bus. First, they wanted to amputate. Then they told me I'd never, ever walk again. Luckily, I had an amazing doctor and a father who taught me, like Jim Valvano, never, ever, don't ever give up. And that's been my mantra my whole life. I had success. I rode Wall Street through the 80s and 90s. I had the mansion. I had the country clubs, the cars. I had it all. And then they take it away. And what are you left with? Well, like you, I raised 3 of the most amazing children in the world, but I learned that I had to remake myself. I was at Lehman Brothers. You know what happened to Lehman Brothers? So time and time, you get these curveballs thrown at you that knock you down, and you have to make a decision. Okay, is it happening to me or for me? And I believe it's happening for me because most of the lessons that you learn are when you're on the canvas, when you're knocked down. It's easy to celebrate when it's all good and it's all great and everything's glory. But what you really learn, and JC says this all the time, is everything you ever wanted is on the other pile of poop. You just got to go through it.
Yeah,
and So, I've rebranded. I've come out of this, and you and I are now doing work together. I'm doing what I love and what I'm passionate about, which is health and wellness.
So I want to share that part of the journey from my perspective. So we met. You had asked some perspective and advice on the speaking business, and as a giver, I was happy to help you. Gave you some direction. Told you about social media. And life was good. Well, you stay in touch. I've introduced you to some of the people I know. And then one day I look at you on Facebook and I'm like saying, what the hell happened to you, man? You lost so much weight. And sure enough, boom, I reached out to you. You reached back out and you told me about a process. And I'm such a process guy. So please share. So as we're taping this, I'm down 23 pounds within the first month of goals. My goal was originally 17. Feel great. My energy is higher, if you can even imagine that. So do me a favor and share that part of your journey, how you got into health coaching and what platform you are using to really help people get better and, change their lives.
Thank you, Steve. Well, Steve, what I love is that I had heard about you and that I was told that I should meet you. So I went to LinkedIn. You practice what you preach. I did a request that we should connect, and you sent a message before you accepted and just said, hey, that's great. Do I know you? How do we know one another? Sure. And I told you how, and you said, okay, great. Then I came back and said, love to meet you. You said, when? I said, I'll meet in the morning. We didn't even waste 12 hours. We were in your coffee shop in West Palm Beach. And I met you and I met Shay. You were gracious. You gave me a copy of your book. And we talked sales. We talked life. We talked children. And I knew right then and there that we were, connected, but didn't know how and when or where, right? I always have you in the back of my mind. I think you can help companies because you and Mark and your team are the best at what you do. So we started trading some calls, talking, and then I became a certified health coach through my company, Optavia, and through Villanova University during the pandemic. See, how we doing it speaks to companies. We talk to sales forces. We talk about resilience, discipline, accountability, goal setting, all the things that you talk about. But what happened with the pandemic, no more travel, no more live conferences. So I had to pivot again. And I had met this program 5 years ago because my sister, she fights obesity. She finally won the battle. She went on a program, lost a lot of weight, but more importantly, 5 years later, she's kept it off. So I knew there was a business opportunity there, but I wasn't ready. And then I do a podcast called Howie Doing It, and I'm laying in bed at 4 a.m, and JC's doing one called Rise Up with Dragon. So I start watching it, and it's amazing. It's all the same messaging that we do. What's great every day, you could get me at 7, you could get Steve at 8 with Mark, and you could get JC at 9 a few days a week. So it's an amazing routine. And if you can't win the day after listening to the three of us, just go back to sleep. So you call me, and what I love about you, the process guy, the no BS guy, you get me on the phone, like a quick hello. How did you lose the weight? I got to lose weight. I'm not looking good on Zoom. I'm not feeling good. I can't fit my clothes. And I got a 60th birthday party on June 27th. I got to look better. So I know how you are. So I start telling you about it. I said, it'll take a week to get the box to your house with all of the goof-proof fuelings. You're like, no, I got to start Monday. So I went into my own stash and I did a house call, my only house call, but only for you, right? And the discipline that you and Michelle, but you, from the minute I put that in your hands, there's like, you do it the right way. When you commit, you commit. You make doing this program so easy. Basically, it's really important to develop habits of health. We need to eat 6 times a day. So we provide you with 5 fuelings and you're left on your own to make 1 lean and green. But now, as you know, you're going to the next phase. You're learning about not weighing yourself every day. You're learning about non-scale victories. You're putting clothes on. I love when you called me the other day. I'm doing a house call. I'm going to a company because you've been on Zoom and you said, I put on my old pants. I feel great. So when I hear that, I am getting so much satisfaction from that because I'm a triathlon guy. I'm a runner. I had that 10, 12 pounds that wouldn't go away. I went on program. I'm down 19 pounds. I'm at a weight I haven't been at for decades. And like you, is it possible to have more energy?
Impossible. I mean,
it's
clarity. It's not only the energy, because I've always been a high energy guy. But what's really interesting, and I want to draw the parallels to my business, to my life, is that if you don't have a process, everything seems hard. Because for me, I said, explain the program. You told me goof proof. And I said, okay, now I'm really interested. Follow the plan. Why was Mark successful as a coach? There was a plan. Why is he successful as the president of On the Ball? There's a plan and a process. What do I do? And so, the teachings that I'm getting from you, this is where it's so funny. Sometimes you do something your whole life, and, I'm all about sales and in my business life, but in my personal life, I weighed myself every day, whatever that would show would sort of either bum me out. Oh my God, man, I got to stop eating. And how am I going to do that? Or, wow, look at me. I feel good. You guys, you and JC taught me, why are you worried about the outcome? The outcome will take care of itself. Focus on the behavior. That mentality is so empowering. As a successful guy on Wall Street, you did the right behavior, so you got the right outcome. Always. Talk about it.
No shortcut.
You're a master at this. I mean, it's the coaching part is really significant because you're there, you're following me. So, I'm not the only one who's been successful. The company is $1 billion company.
Yeah, company trades on the New York Stock Exchange, almost over $1 billion market cap. I think we're approaching almost 900 million in sales, and and you'll attest to it. The products are good. I like them.
I mean, I got to tell you, at 9 o'clock at night, I'm doing a vanilla milkshake that I'm actually looking forward to that. I sleep better. Did I cut out alcohol? Yes. But Father's Day, had some drinks with my boys.
Right.
I turn on Saturday. We're having a big party for my immediate family. We're going out, spending the day on a boat. I'm going to drink and eat like I want to, but I have a structure to go back to. So, it fell right into place at a time when I was full of non-discipline, if you will. So how else has it affected your life besides just the weight? Give us some more, feedback on what it's done for you, the coaching.
Well, I think it's given me the clarity, because I think we talk about it. On top of a healthy body sits a healthy mind. And I think a lot of the anxiety and stress that I worry about is taking care of itself. It's gone off in a corner. Even if I have an issue or a problem, I'm not wearing it. I'm not walking around with it. And what's really incredible is that I'm surrounding myself with people all day that are driven to be healthier. It's a cool place to be. We're not talking about the pandemic. We know it's there. We're not talking about the next thing that comes out of the White House. We know it's there. We're talking about doing things, servicing others, helping people, charitable work. How can we get healthier? And it's amazing, HowieDoinIt lives in the personal growth space. But there's some flaws in that space, meaning that the flaws are, they don't talk to you that much about here. They talk to you about here. So you go to see Tony Robbins, you spend $5-10 grand for the weekend. He's great. He's amazing. And it's phenomenal. You walk on the flames, rah, rah, rah. And all of a sudden, though, but you're not taking care of this. And this out of whack puts this out of whack, which puts this out of whack. On top of a healthy body sits a healthy mind. And Dr. Wayne Anderson, he's a leading New York Times bestseller. He's one of the forefronts of critical care. Obesity is a gigantic problem in our country. Over 300,000 people last year alone, their lives were taken through heart attacks, diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, and there's probably more. And if you think about COVID, if you're going to get it, you want to be in the best shape of your life so you survive it. And I listen, it breaks my heart what's going on. And of course, I know what's going on. But I'm not going to sit around and spend each and every waking day focused on that. I'm going to focus on helping myself be at optimal health, helping you be at optimal health. I crack up when I see you now in the morning. Your face changed in literally less than a month. It's amazing. You look
feedback. This is true of no matter what you do in life. When you do develop better habits and better growth personally, people notice. And I think, it's not, that's not what exclusively drives me. I know how I feel. That's what drives me. But feedback and, all of the external stuff doesn't hurt. And it really does. So when you're glowing, know you're glowing. I noticed you right straight away that you did something, and to your point, I'm a disciplined guy. I find something, you tell me to do it, I stick to the plan. If the plan works, I keep doing it. So, really so grateful for you, for your friendship. To your point, I've met JC. He's a phenomenal guy. He'll be doing this, in a couple of weeks, so he'll be coming on. So in our last minute or so, what's one major thing that you haven't shared that you want to share with the audience that is really something good?
I'm not sure, but here's what I think. I'm here on the east end of New York, and I've been offered an opportunity to come spend 4 to 6 weeks in Boulder. And I'm debating whether I fly back to Florida to get clothes that don't fit me, or just go straight to Boulder and treat myself to some things that fit me. So I'm really excited. It's something about me, unfortunately, through all the craziness. My marriage failed, but I have 3 amazing children. So, I'm out there, and, it's a little bit different in this pandemic world, but it's great to be out here with family and friends. I don't know, Steve. I think you and I know one another. The Wall Street years were amazing. I was at the forefront of the internet, took companies public. I had it all. I was on top of that mountain, but then things happen. And the one thing I learned, as long as you have your health, you could replace those things. So I'm going to continue to try and be the healthiest version of me I can be. I'm older than you, Steve. You know, you look great at 60. I'm 62. That's something I would never say before. But JC always says you got to let them know, because they're going to want to know what you do to look like this at 62. So I love to coach people. If anybody wants to talk, it's so much more than a diet. I'll let you finish on that. It's a transformation to healthier habits, to leading a best version of yourself. So love to get to know you. Love to meet you. You've taught me how to do virtual coffee. I'm always available. Howie Kra, HowieDoinIt. Find me. And Steve, so glad that our paths have come together, because I just look forward to doing amazing things with you, Mark, Shay, and as you grow, we're going to grow together.
Awesome. Really well said. I'm really glad that you could share this energy with my audience. I'm a firm believer that everything you've gone through makes you who you are today, and you're continuing to grow, and this mission of helping people is fantastic. Thank you for taking the time to share something good. HowieDoinIt, 7 a.m. live, Daily Huddle, 8 a.m. Love you, dude.
Love you too, buddy. Thank you so much, and happy pre-birthday. You're looking amazing. Congrats on just everything you're doing. Thank you for having me.
Take care.